The use of visualization to back up a horse is titled advanced because it usually requires an advanced relationship between horse and rider. The horse needs to be sensitive to the visualized lead, so it has to be relaxed. Many advanced riders naturally use these types of techniques without being aware they are using them. When questioned, they usually say, "This is just how I do it." After watching this video, you will become aware of the use of visualization techniques all around. Characteristic is the stillness of horse and rider. So, this video will either open new horizons or explain what you are already doing. The short video clip, which introduces the teaching session, will illustrate the visualization technique, which is presented in the teaching portion of this video. A training aid will be a belt to simulate reins. Of note is that the horse has only 2 weeks on it since it was being broken, so this illustrates the natural nature of visualization and the power of the connection and oneness that the trainer possesses. Rider movement training reduces the tension between horse and rider, so faster access into these types of techniques is obtained by participating in rider movement training. The Performance Package 1 is a detailed training program which teaches the details of linear, turning, oneness, an oxygenated full core, and also vertical axis.
Right there.
Yeah, and then back up with his butt facing us, because that's when I noticed it. There's a whole different fluidity in its butt. Before, yeah, and then back up with his butt facing us, because that's when I noticed it. There's a whole different fluidity in its butt. Before,
Another way that we can back the horse up is we can visualize that we want the horse to back up. And this is part of a oneness connection, is that the horse will move the same way you do, or the horse will move as you visualize it. So in this case, we're going to, again, use the grip with the little finger, so it's lifting up, right? So we're going to start with that. But now what we're going to do is visualize that there is a space behind the horse. There's a void behind the horse that we're going to open. In the same way we created a breath from expanding a void in our center to get air in, we're going to create a void behind the horse. We're going to open that void, and it's going to suck the horse's butt into the void. So open the void and suck the horse into the void to actually draw it backwards. So you're all set to go backwards, right? You begin by pulling with the little finger to upweight or unweight the horse's haunches and back feet. Okay, so now I got, and you'll notice that your butt should be doing the same thing with that motion. I'll over exaggerate. So I went, and I'm starting, and now I made the void, and I just continue inhaling into that void to go backwards. And the horse then is going to do the same thing because I have a state of oneness with the horse. So I'm tightening up with the little finger, I'm lifting the haunches and the back feet, unweighting them. My butt rose a little out of the saddle and it started to slide back. I made a void. Now I open it and draw the horse's butt into that void, and it moves back. And as long as you can visualize that inhale energy and void energy is going, then you're continuing the lead for that horse to go backwards. So you don't have to be inhaling physically to create the energy of an inhale. So it's best to do it first with a big inhale to get the horse to start stepping, but there's a limit to how much you can inhale. So then create the energy of the inhale with a good inhale, and then continue to visualize that energy is still pulling the horse into that void. And that's another method by which we can use the oneness connection that we have, horse and rider. We use the centered breathing and creation of energy and a visualization to pull the horse, to back the horse up. It should look completely effortless. And keep in mind that after a while, even the rein movement is visualized. You and the horse are up waiting. Then you and the horse are pulled into the void, and all you're doing is you're just standing still. And it's all this oneness visualization of a oneness centered inhale expansion created movement. It should look effortless. The horse will be relaxed. This is one of the problems if you use this grip, is you're tensed because you're contracting these muscles. The horse can feel that little bit of tension. And at the basic levels, it doesn't matter how you're pulling on the reins. It's more you're just, the horse is trained that it just goes wherever you jerk it, right? But as you go into more and more advanced communications, it gets more subtle. Then you start jumping into the realm of the breath energies, upweighting, unweighting, grounding to stop. Then you start to go into the concept of visualization. And then as your sense of oneness develops more and more, then it's not even having to visualize the movement, it's literally being the movement. Horse and rider, they literally are as one. It's no longer a command anymore. It's just, this is what you do. And then we get the idea of oneness relationship, oneness riding. This is in all the advanced equestrian activities, it's the state of oneness is where the beauty is. It's the state of oneness is where the control is. And it's also the state of oneness where the power is as well. It's all effortless.